How do birds stay warm in the snow? How do they not freeze to death? Birds have a number of mechanisms that help produce heat and retain that heat. We'll start with the basics. Birds have an insanely high heart rate. At rest, chickadees will have a heart rate of 600 to 800 beats per minute, and it gets even higher when they're active. Larger birds like cardinals have an average heart rate of 350 to 400 beats per minute, and even larger birds like geese and swans, they're still at 150 to 200 beats per minute. This high heart rate obviously produces a good amount of heat, but now they have to retain it. They have a number of mechanisms that help them retain heat, such as puffing up their feathers. This increases the air pockets, the amount of warm air that can get trapped between their feathers. And speaking of feathers, they have a layer of down feathers underneath their contour feathers. The down feathers are kind of like wearing a merino wool base layer under your jacket. Their outer feathers are water resistant, and they help keep the down feathers dry. You may wonder how their feet stay warm. Well, they have more scaly feet. They have a lot less nerve endings in their feet, so their feet naturally get less cold. But if their feet do get cold, they'll tuck them in their feathers like this. This reduces the amount of surface area that's exposed to the cold air. Speaking of cold air, they will hide behind branches or trees so that the wind doesn't hit them. It's all about the angles. But perhaps one of the most important mechanisms for staying warm is their countercurrent heat exchange system. Warm blood that travels down to the feet passes very closely to the cold blood being returned up from the feet, so that the cold blood gets slightly warmed by the warm blood. That means that when the blood reaches the heart, it chills them less. Their blood stays warmer on average thanks to this countercurrent heat exchange system. But birds aren't the only animals that do this. Many animals have countercurrent heat exchange systems. Birds have a number of mechanisms for staying warm, but it's important that they have enough energy to sustain their high heart rate. It's good to have bird feeders out during the winter time so that birds can find enough energy to support their high heart rate to produce the heat that they need to stay warm. So I highly recommend putting out bird feeders during the winter time. Although it's hard to see birds out in the freezing temperatures, they were built for this, and they'll be fine as long as they get the energy they need. If you have any other questions about birds, drop a comment below. I'll see you guys in the next one.